Do you know something, guys? I think I found it. This monitor does absolutely everything. It doesn't matter whether you're watching TV, playing games, streaming from your phone, airplaying from your computer, using DeX on your Android device, or even connecting to Office 365 without a PC. This does it all. Let me show you more. Don't forget to hit the red button to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up and click the notification bell to get my next video first. So thank you to Samsung for sponsoring this video. They sent over probably the most well-packaged device that I've ever received. It did come all the way from South Korea though, so I guess that's understandable. But inside this box was the Samsung M7 32-inch 4K monitor. Now this is much more than just a monitor because this is designed to do everything very well. So you've got one monitor for all purposes. And Samsung do bill this as the world's first do-it-all monitor, so we'll check out those claims in this video. It's quite simple to put together. There's a nice heavy metal base plate and then the arm which just slots in and a simple screw to attach that. You do get a HDMI cable and also USB-C cable because this has got USB-C power delivery as well. And obviously a very smart looking Samsung remote which you don't normally get on a monitor. Now once you've tightened up that screw on the stand, it's very simple, just to hook on the monitor on top, and then there's two further screws which you just need to insert into the two holes and then tighten those up, and you're set up literally within just a few moments. So I really like this stand because it just doesn't get in the way, it's not over the top in terms of taking up too much space. It has a very basic cable tie system at the back, but at least it has something. There is also a Visa mount, so if you want to wall mount this you can, and then on the back also you have some USB ports. Underneath the monitor is one power input and two HDMI 2.0 as well as a USB Type-C, which gives 65 watt power delivery. As you'd likely expect at a price point in this range, this is a 60Hz panel, so therefore it won't be giving you the fastest refresh rates. However, being 4K, you will still get a very good image. The monitor comes at a fixed height on the stand, however with the Visa mount you can easily put this on a flexible mount, and you also get 22 degrees of tilt. Anyone familiar with the Samsung range of TVs will recognise the turning on and the setup.
Please select your language. The accessibility function is available when you press and hold the volume button.
So one of the most unique and best things about this monitor is it comes with the Tizen software installed. Now anyone that's watched any of my Samsung videos on the TVs previously will know that I'm a massive fan of the Tizen software. I think it looks good, it really is fast and intuitive, and on this monitor there is no difference. It really does work a dream, and I'll go into a little bit about the interface in just a second. But the first thing you do is set up with your wireless connection, and then you go through obviously some standard terms and conditions. Similar to when you set up one of the Samsung range of TVs, you get the option to install apps like Prime, and then if you want to you can then go in and install other apps which are relevant to your location. Now I mentioned right at the very start of this video how this is a one-for-all monitor and how it's a smart monitor and can connect to things completely wirelessly whether or not you've got a PC or not. So you can choose functions like Office 365 for instance, where you can go in and log in straight away to your Office account and start working without a PC. It is very simple. You just select the Office 365, enter your Microsoft username and password, and then you're ready to go. You will need to obviously have a compatible keyboard and mouse in order to function, but it's very simple. As is connecting to a remote PC, you can do it simply just by popping in all of your usual connection details. Very intuitive, and it really does mean that you can use this monitor for multiple things whether you're in the office or not. Those of you with a newer Samsung smartphone can also use Samsung DeX. Just plug in the USB-C cable and automatically Samsung DeX will load onto the monitor. Wireless DeX is also available if you have a Galaxy Note 20, a Tab S7, a Galaxy Z or Fold 2. And this is where effectively you're using your phone as the computer and the monitor as the screen. You can even use the phone as a mouse and connect a compatible keyboard or a separate mouse if you wish. Now this monitor doesn't have a TV tuner, however nowadays that's not really necessary. What it does have is access to the Tizen software as I mentioned earlier, and therefore you've got access to the App Store. This gives you access to all of the top streaming devices. Now it will be different depending on what location you're in. I'm here in the UK, so I have all of the UK streaming services from BBC, ITV, Channel 4 and 5 on demand, as well as the international ones like Netflix, Prime Video and so on. So your location will have obviously ones which are appropriate for you. Once you've finished in the App Store and you've downloaded all of the apps, it's easy to reposition them on your home screen. This way you can position the ones that you use the most right at the front and the ones less so further towards the end. It just makes it again a much more convenient and a similar experience to when using your TV. Another really simple way of creating a second screen is mirroring using iOS or Mac. This monitor features Airplay 2 and all you need to do is enter a code and then you'll be able to full screen mirror from your iOS or Mac device. It's very helpful if you're working from a laptop and need that bigger screen for something like Final Cut for instance. It's not quite as sharp as if you were to use the USB-C cable and plug straight into the MacBook, and obviously then you get the benefit of that 65-watt charging, so therefore the single connection will charge your laptop and it will also display to the screen. And the resolution is brilliant, it is really crystal clear. Now we haven't actually spoken too much about the picture quality, and this is probably the biggest surprise for me. I just wasn't expecting it to be so good. Using this as a monitor, I can easily scroll through Final Cut and didn't have any issues at all with the clarity. It was pin sharp, as was any streaming device, whether it be YouTube, Netflix or Prime Video. The colours were bright and vivid, the HDR10 worked brilliantly, and when I was playing games on the PS4 I didn't notice any motion blur, and again that HDR10 in the details of the sky, the clouds, again was a real surprise. If you are interested in some of the more detailed stats, this has a contrast ratio of 3000 to 1, a typical brightness of 250 nits, which will reach a peak brightness of around 300 nits, and it does support, as I mentioned, HDR10. The response time is 8 milliseconds, so very fast response time, and the viewing angle is 178 degrees both vertically and horizontally. Now another feature which some of you gamers will like is the ability to put this into ultra wide game view. This will give you a switch to 21:9 ratio, just giving you a wider aspect and showing a bit more detail on the width. Now I haven't gone into it in great detail in this video, but all of the usual things that you would expect to see on a TV in terms of changing the brightness, the colour, the contrast of the image, all of those things are here in this monitor as well. And you also get things like eye care settings and ambient light mode. The monitor also has voice control built in, and using the microphone button on the remote you can easily summon the Bixby Assistant, do the little training exercise to start off with, let it recognise your voice and then you're ready to go. Now as with most of these voice recognising things, it didn't work 100% all of the time, but it was fine to open up apps and also search for different things. Search all things tech on YouTube. Now when I first searched all things tech, it did come up with all things tack, which, you know, some might think it was a fraudulent slip, but hey, it's not perfect, as I said. So guys, when I was looking at the list of what I like and what I didn't like about this monitor, what I had to say was that it just does everything pretty well. I wouldn't say it's a world beater in each individual category, but it looks good. I like the style of it. I think that it's sleek and it looks good on any desk. I love the fact that it's packed full of the Tizen software, so therefore all of those things that we've spoken about you can do very, very simply. And as well as that, it's even got things like Airplay built into it, where you can stream your Android device or your iOS or Mac device. And with the remote PC connection and with Office 365 and Samsung DeX, it gives you extra flexibility. So the headline on Samsung's website is the world's first do-it-all monitor. And I do have to say, after using it for a few days and trying each of the individual things, it really does do it all. I've been very happy with it, guys. Let me know what your thoughts are. The links for the latest price will be in the description. Thank you so much for watching this, and I look forward to seeing you on the next review.